Everyone loves a great rise to fame story, but what about when the fall happens just as fast? These are the top 5 players whose careers went from legendary to tragic almost overnight. 5. Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose burst onto the scene as the first overall pick in the 2008 NBA draft. The Chicago native quickly became a hometown hero, earning Rookie of the Year honors and leading the Bulls to the playoffs in his first season. Rose's meteoric rise culminated in 2011 when he became the youngest MVP in NBA history at just 22 years old. His career trajectory took a devastating turn in the 2012 playoffs when he suffered a torn ACL despite multiple comeback attempts. Rose never fully regained his explosive form. He bounced around the league, playing for the Knicks, Cavaliers, Timberwolves, and Pistons. While he's had moments of brilliance, including a 50-point game with Minnesota in 2018, Rose's career will always be defined by what could have been. Number 4, known for his clutch performances at UConn, carried that magic into the NBA. Drafted 9th overall by the Charlotte Bobcats in 2011, Kemba Walker became the face of the franchise, earning 4 All-Star selections. Walker's decline began with persistent knee issues during his time with the Boston Celtics. Head coach Brad Stevens, while publicly supportive, began to limit Walker's minutes and rest him for back-to-back games. Load management, while intended to preserve Walker's health, ultimately affected his rhythm and role on the team. Despite attempts to manage the pain, his explosiveness and scoring ability diminished rapidly. After short stints with the Knicks and Mavericks, Walker found himself out of the league by 2023. In a bittersweet ending to his NBA journey, Walker announced his retirement in 2024 and joined the Hornets coaching staff, coming full circle with the team that drafted him. Then one of the best centers that could have been Joakim Noah, son of tennis star Yannick Noah, brought unique energy and defensive ability to the NBA. Drafted 9th overall by the Chicago Bulls in 2007, Noah quickly became a fan favorite for his hustle and passion. Noah's peak came in 2014 when he won Defensive Player of the Year and made the All-NBA first team. However, a series of injuries, including knee and shoulder issues, began to take their toll. A disastrous 4-year, $72 million contract with the New York Knicks in 2016 marked the beginning of the end. Noah never lived up to the contract. Hampered by injuries and a suspension for violating the league's anti-drug policy, he retired in 2021 after 13 seasons. His final years a far cry from his Chicago heyday. Next up, the last pick in the 2011 NBA draft defied all odds to become an all-star with the Boston Celtics. Standing at just 5'9", Isaiah Thomas' career peaked in the 2016-17 season when he averaged 28.9 points per game and led the Celtics to the Eastern Conference Finals. However, a hip injury during those playoffs would change everything. Despite playing through both the injury and personal tragedy, Thomas was traded to Cleveland in the offseason. The hip issues persisted, and Thomas never regained his all-star form. He bounced around the league on short-term contracts, unable to secure a long-term role due to his defensive limitations and diminished scoring ability. And finally, the worst heartbreak of them all. Drafted 6th overall in 2006, Brandon Roy quickly became the face of the Portland Trail Blazers. He won Rookie of the Year and made 3 consecutive All-Star teams from 2008 to 2010. Roy's performances had many predictions of superstardom. However, chronic knee issues began to surface in the 2010-11 season. Despite a memorable 24-point fourth quarter in the 2011 playoffs, it was clear Roy was playing on borrowed time. In a shocking move, Roy announced his retirement in 2011 at just 27 years old due to a lack of cartilage in both knees. He attempted a brief comeback with the Minnesota Timberwolves in 2012, but played only 5 games before retiring for good. Roy's career remains one of the NBA's greatest what-ifs, leaving fans to wonder what could have been if not for the cruel twist of fate. These 5 players remind us of the fragility of athletic careers and the highs of greatness and the lows of cruel misfortune. Which fall-off hit you the hardest? Let us know in the comments below.